What's up, Pump Talk Nation? Get ready for a news blast that's going to blow your mind. First up, legendary guitarist Mike Campbell is hitting the road with the Dirty Knobs for a special semi-acoustic tour where he'll be sharing stories from his memoir, Heartbreaker. Then, we're diving deep into the economy as inflation climbed in August, right as President Donald Trump's tariffs are intensifying. Is the Fed about to make a move that could shake things up even more? Next, we head to Clay Township, where the board has just appointed Roy Martin to a vacant trustee position. What does this mean for the community, and what drama is unfolding behind the scenes? And finally, a chilling look at how threats have evolved since the 9/11 attacks. We're talking about the terrifying rise of online radicalization and the new dangers posed by AI in the world of terrorism. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Smash that like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Mike Campbell is bringing the Heartbreaker tour to you. Legendary guitarist Mike Campbell and his band, the Dirty Knobs, are embarking on a unique semi-acoustic tour this December, weaving in tales from his recently released memoir, Heartbreaker. This isn't just a concert. It's an intimate journey through Campbell's storied career, offering fans a chance to hear songs and stories directly from the man himself. The former Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers guitarist announced a semi-acoustic evening with Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs, songs and stories from Heartbreaker. He expressed his gratitude for the outpouring of support for his memoir, stating on Instagram, "Your expressions of support for my memoir, Heartbreaker, have meant the world to me. I'm excited to announce that the Dirty Knobs and I will bring the book to life on a short tour this winter." The tour is set for 5 shows, beginning December 3rd in Santa Barbara, California, with stops in El Cajon, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and concluding in Los Angeles on December 11th. Tickets are on sale to the public starting Friday at 9 a.m. PT. Fans are buzzing with excitement across social media, eager to experience this personal and musical retrospective. Analysts are noting this as a significant move for Campbell, further solidifying his legacy beyond his iconic past work. Get ready for an economic shockwave that could impact your wallet. We're breaking down the latest inflation report and its connection to President Trump's controversial tariffs next. Inflation is climbing and tariffs are intensifying. What does it mean for you? Consumer prices saw a 2.9% jump in August compared to last year, a noticeable uptick that coincides with the intensification of President Donald Trump's tariff policies. This latest inflation data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows an acceleration from July's 2.7% rate, hitting economists' expectations right on the head. This report lands just days before the Federal Reserve is expected to announce a quarter-point interest rate cut. Policymakers might reconsider this move, as lower borrowing costs could fuel spending and push prices even higher. While egg prices have stabilized month over month, they're still nearly 11% higher than a year ago, and coffee costs have surged a staggering 20% in the same period. Housing costs were the biggest driver of the overall increase, climbing 0.4% in August, followed by food at 0.5% and energy at 0.7%. This marked the largest monthly increase since December. Analysts suggest tariffs have played a modest role in this inflation surge, but the primary drivers remain housing and food costs, largely unrelated to the levies. The economic picture is complicated. Inflation is picking up while hiring slows, raising concerns about stagflation. A recent jobs report showed a sharp decrease in hiring, and revisions indicate fewer jobs were added in 2024 and early 2025 than previously thought, fueling recession worries. The Fed faces a dilemma. Cutting rates to boost the economy risks worsening inflation, while hiking rates to combat inflation could push the economy into a downturn. With a 90% chance of a quarter-point cut expected, the Fed is under pressure. Adding to the economic drama, the inflation report follows President Trump's dismissal of BLS Commissioner Erica McIntarfer, whom he accused of manipulating statistics without evidence. McIntarfer, a respected figure with 2 decades of service, expressed her disappointment, while former BLS Commissioner William Beach condemned the firing as a dangerous precedent that undermines the Bureau's statistical mission. This town hall meeting had more drama than a reality show. We're heading to Clay Township next, where a new trustee has been appointed amid some serious controversy. New trustee appointed, but is the drama just beginning? At the Sept. 8 Clay Township Board of Trustees meeting, a significant decision was made. Roy Martin was appointed to fill the trustee position left vacant by Maureen Burry's resignation. This appointment comes after a thorough interview process, where Martin highlighted his lifelong residency in Clay Township, his experience owning a home improvement business and Colony Bowl, and his involvement with the Downtown Development Authority. Martin, an Algonac High School graduate, emphasized his commitment to the community, stating he wants to be part of doing what's best for the township. He noted infrastructure as the biggest challenge facing Clay Township. His appointment was met with a unanimous vote from the board. However, the meeting wasn't just about the new appointment. It also delved into serious allegations concerning Treasurer Jerry Galka and Deputy Treasurer Anita Arzepa. Supervisor Paul Cassidy raised concerns about a potential hostile work environment, alleging that Deputy Clerk has been insubordinate and made false statements about Galka. Trustee John DeBoyer challenged Cassidy's claims, stating the yelling originated with Galka and that an investigation is needed to understand both sides. The situation escalated when Deputy Treasurer Anita Arzepa submitted a letter detailing her own formal complaint about Galka's conduct, citing intimidation and disrespectful communication that has created a stressful and disruptive atmosphere. Arzepa requested a thorough investigation into the matter. Clerk Tanya Hogan stated she had witnessed the situation and intervened to protect employees, refuting Cassidy's assertion that she had become loud. The board is now faced with navigating these internal disputes, with DeBoyer advocating for a formal investigation into the claims made by both sides. From local politics to global security, the threats are evolving faster than ever. We're dissecting how the world of terrorism has been supercharged by technology since 9/11, right after this. How 9/11 changed the game for global threats, and it's only getting scarier. 24 years ago, Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda orchestrated the devastating 9/11 attacks, a complex operation that took nearly 2 years to plan and execute. Back then, their tools were limited to videotapes, training centers, and a sprawling funding network. Today, the landscape of terror has been radically transformed by the internet and, more recently, generative artificial intelligence, AI. The post-9/11 era saw terrorist organizations shift towards more decentralized and incentivized forms of violence. The internet became a powerful weapon for planning, radicalization, propaganda dissemination, and fundraising. Encrypted messages facilitate covert planning, while social media platforms are weaponized for psychological warfare, spreading disinformation, and inciting fear. Studies from the United States Institute of Peace and subsequent research have highlighted the alarming migration of hundreds of terrorist groups online, with online radicalization becoming a significant and often unnoticed threat. Generative AI presents a new frontier for exploitation. A U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Homeland Security Advisory warned that foreign terrorist organizations are actively seeking to exploit Gen AI for various tactics, including using AI-powered chatbots for recruitment. Messaging applications like TikTok and Telegram have become breeding grounds for extremism, allowing terrorist groups to incite violence in ways unimaginable on 9/11. If bin Laden had access to today's technologies, the 9/11 attacks might have been mere precursors to far more frequent and deadly assaults. The threats we face now are more complex, borderless, and technologically advanced. Counterterrorism strategies must evolve, incorporating public-private partnerships, AI monitoring, and global diplomacy alongside traditional intelligence and military tools. Honoring the victims of 9/11 means remaining vigilant against the ever-changing face of extremism, now armed with digital weapons and invisible armies. We've covered music legends, economic turmoil, local politics, and global threats. But before we sign off, we've got a lightning round recap and your final call to action. And that's a wrap on today's headlines. We heard from Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs about their upcoming memoir tour, dove into the rising inflation numbers amid Trump's tariffs, saw Roy Martin appointed to the Clay Township Board, and analyzed the evolution of terror threats since 9/11 with the rise of AI. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Pump Talk News for all your breaking updates, ring that notification bell so you never miss a show, and drop a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also follow us on all our social media channels for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.